Hey, welcome to Web3 Weekly with your host, Blockstar Technology.
Let's go.
Hi everyone, welcome to episode 32 of Web3 Weekly. So today I have Craig, Charlie and Maureen. So today we're going to do something a little bit special. On that note, I'm going to pass the mic to our in-house resident MC Charlie.
Thank you, Cozzy. So I've got a few questions here, like you guys do, of would you rather questions. So for number one, would you rather have $1 million in Bitcoin or $1 million in cash?
Okay, who's answering that?
Can I have both?
No, you can only have one.
Would you rather?
Yeah. I think definitely, not definitely. I think at this stage, I would say Bitcoin, given the upside, and you have seen it so many times. Why it's not just Bitcoin for anything else, but because I would say yes, it's like an asset than money per se, and that's the reason why I would have commodity.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for.
Inflation.
Yeah.
What about you, Craig?
I went the other. Honestly, I started thinking, all right, if I had the $1 million, I could buy the Bitcoin anyway, but I'm paying fees when I on ramp. Yeah. But if I had the Bitcoin and wanted the money back, I'm paying fees when I off ramp. So
You can swap that Bitcoin for shit.
that's true. Bitcoin.
What about you, Maureen?
Can I go 50-50?
No,
Okay.
it's would you rather?
Well, then I'd rather Bitcoin
Okay, why?
because my money's losing value in the bank.
Yeah.
Inflation.
Yeah. So
Charlie, what's your answer?
Oh, you know my answer. I'll take that Bitcoin.
I was going to give Charlie's answer for him, and it would have been Ronan.
Yeah, that too. There's a lot of upside there, but that's for another podcast, Greg. Yeah. Would you rather be able to use your cryptocurrency to purchase anything in the world, or be able to instantly convert your cryptocurrency to any fiat currency?
You can't you already instantly convert crypto into fiat?
Would you rather do that?
Would you rather?
Or would you rather use it to purchase?
Anything in the world. Are there parameters on anything in the world?
Your crypto, so you have to have enough of it to purchase whatever it is you're buying.
Wait, no, re-ask the question. don't throw curveballs.
Would you rather be able to use your cryptocurrency to purchase anything in the world, or be able to instantly convert your cryptocurrency to any fiat currency?
To purchase anything in the world. I'd rather use it to. But what Craig is making me feel like this is a trap, and that's why you asked me first.
It's not a trap.
It sort of just took out that Maureen doesn't got to worry about inflation just on all the purchases.
Fair enough.
What about you, Craig? What would you do? What would you rather?
Yeah, I'd rather be able to just buy with it.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Cozy?
Absolutely.
Yeah, same here. I would much rather buy anything. I think there's the issue at the moment is people are using crypto as a more like they're holding and saving it as an
Store
asset,
value, yeah.
right? Rather than using as a utility as money. I think until people come around to understand, okay, I want to use this as a utility and not as an asset. Until that happen, I think a lot of people are going to just hold rather than spending it.
Yeah.
You know,
And that'll bring Satoshis to $1.
that's right. Exactly.
All right. For the next question,
Wait, can I ask a question?
Go for it.
Sorry. So if you had, let's go back to that. If any, because you can't directly swap any crypto for fiat. You have to swap it only to pairs that are with USD. Hey, not everything.
Depends on the
Correct.
exchange, yeah.
On the liquidity, yes.
Okay. I forgot my question, so go on.
Okay. Would you rather, just say the mic here, would you rather be the founder of a successful cryptocurrency project or be an earlier investor in a successful cryptocurrency project? Off to you, Cozy.
Say it again. Ask the question again, please.
There's no one listening to me today.
I am. I'm trying to process. I think I'm.
Yeah. Would you rather be the founder of a successful cryptocurrency project or be an early investor in a successful cryptocurrency project?
Okay. Myself, I would rather be an investor rather than a founder. I have my own reasons. There's nothing wrong with any of them. But given my current position, I think I can add more value as being an investor than an inventor. Because if being a startup founder, that means I will be closed doors. It's all about me. As an investor, I believe I can add more value to multiple projects. So that way we can bring more businesses up, and it helps the ecosystem. So yeah, that's the reason I would become an investor and not a founder.
Awesome. Off to you, Craig.
Investor, definitely. As Cozy alluded to, I mean, being the founder means that it's your baby. You generally don't just, there you go, I've done this and run off unless you're Satoshi. But you're constantly involved. Whereas if you were an early investor, then you could benefit from that to then help others. So that's why.
Nice.
I'm just going to say something just to be different. I'm going to go for the founder. It's easy just to invest in something and throw money in it or support it, but it's so hard to come up with an idea, grow it, make it work, make it be successful. And I think I would take a lot of pride in doing that. It's not something I've ever done. I'd love to see something grow from the ground up and be the reason that it did it. Mm-hmm. That's my answer.
What you, Charlie?
For me, that's a hard one. I would love to be the founder because I know I could direct it in the way I wanted and making sure it's done the way it's meant to be ethically, in my views. But then Web3, it's like if you're a Web2 company, you develop something and it's like, all right, cool, it's out there, no one's complaining. They're like, yeah, sure. Web3, we've found it's a full-time job, 24/7, no days off, international. So you're working around the world clock, different times, different events. Don't get me wrong, it'd be fun as hell, but I am a bit shy around the camera as well. But I think, as it says here, early investor in a successful cryptocurrency project, because then if I sell, it's not going to be regarded against the community, where if a founder starts selling to do bills or whatnot, there's a lot of criticism and depending on how it's set. So yeah, I'll with you guys on the early investor.
It says cryptocurrency, right?
Yeah,
Founded by
cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency. So I was talking more to do with the startup ecosystem rather than being cryptocurrency per se,
such
but
as a crypto token, a
token
NFT
or blockchain,
project.
like that, rather than a currency per se, because I think investing in currency is a bad move, right? That's not. It's not a viable business. In that case, I would not become one. And I think being a startup of a founder of a cryptocurrency startup, I think that might have been good when the ICO time, but now again that comes to bite you in the back with the tax office and all that stuff. So it's never when you put the crypto currency word in there, I would back away from both of them. But when I answered the question, I answered taking it as blockchain.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I thought it was as well.
I just want to make it clear so that
blockchain that could be a software backend for any industry, really.
Of course.
All right. For the next question, would you rather have a hardware wallet that's indestructible or a software wallet that's unhackable?
Mm-hmm.
I'll fire this one over to you, Craig.
So is the hardware wallet hackable?
No, it's indestructible.
It's indestructible, but that doesn't mean that it can't be hacked,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Or it can't float to the bottom of the ocean on a yacht trip.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the software wallet. A, for convenience, and B, because it's software, I could install it on multiple devices and it doesn't matter. It can't be hacked.
Yep.
Wow.
And now you just gave the answer for everybody.
Yeah, I'm obviously taking that answer.
Yeah.
That's my answer. I was going to say the exact same thing.
Control V, Control V.
See, I mean, like if you say like unhackable, that's always the one to go for, because at the end of the day, you are saving your life, like assets, right? So even though if it's like how to do like 10 steps, I much rather take the 10 steps, because you are putting your, today it might be $10, tomorrow it might be, 10 million, like Pepe.
Yeah.
Let's throw a curveball at that. What about that guy that had a lot of Bitcoin in and he forgot his password? And if it hadn't been for the fact that he could hack it, he wouldn't have gotten his money.
Yeah.
So
That's true too.
But that's on an individual, but it would not be good for an industry, for something to be, it will say like, okay, look, buildings down faster so they can rebuild it, but won't be a lot of safe buildings out there.
But
That's
this is
correct.
just one magic wallet, not for everyone. You
In that case, magic wallets. I like magic wallets.
It's a good name for the project.
Yeah.
Magic wallet.
All right. For the next question, would you rather have to pay a 1% transaction fee every time you use cryptocurrency, or have to pay a 10% tax on all of your crypto gains?
What? Say that again.
Yeah.
Would you rather pay 1% on every transaction, or only 10% when you cash out?
Oh, only 10% when I cash out.
Like, can you get your profits?
When you cash out into...
I will. Can I jump in?
Yeah, go, Cozzy.
I'll do the second option because I never make money. So
You mean the first option, so you want 1%?
no, I don't want to even do that. I'll take the second one. I'll pay 10%. I'll take the
When you
10% of cashing out, because I'll never cash out. Because I don't have anything. I'll never make anything.
What do you say?
I'm going to go with the 1% because I'm a hodler. I don't just purchase. That's it.
Yeah, but at the time, but you only purchase it once.
Yeah.
So by the time you come to sell, it might be so much.
That's
But
why
if
I'm going with the 1%, not the 10 when I
But if
cash
it
out.
goes
But
up
only
in-
pay 10% when you cash out, rather than 50% tax.
No, because say he buys a token, $100, it goes to $1 million within 2 weeks.
Didn't you say 10% tax when you cash out?
Yes, or 1%.
When
But
you
right
transact.
now you get charged
right
hectic. No, but at the moment when you pull out, your tax is
Correct.
way higher than 10%.
But you would only pay 1% transaction fee rather than paying tax.
Yeah, they were the two options: 10% when you pull it out, or 1% when it goes.
Every
It's not
time you
exactly
make
what's
a
happening at the
transaction.
moment, but that's the question.
That was the question.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. That confused me. So
Okay, well, I'd go the 1% for sure
Yeah.
because that capital gains is not a beautiful thing.
but capital gains, but that's what you're talking about. The capital gains tax is so high, so you can get it reduced down to 10%.
No, but we had to go with the information.
What he's saying is you only have to pay the 1%, and then you're not paying any percent when you take it out.
Or not.
Yes.
What? Give me this. Read it again. No, this is a stitch up. All right.
Oh,
Anyway.
All right.
So what would your answer be, by the way?
Can you read it again, please? This is
would you
this is being
rather
recorded on
have
the
to
internet.
pay a 1%
By the way, this is not financial advice.
every time you use cryptocurrency,
Yeah.
or have to pay a 10% tax on all your crypto gains? And this will also come into your previous question, number 2, of would you rather be able to buy anything with your crypto? So that would intertwine every time you purchase something.
That's
there's
right.
a 1% tax.
Yeah.
Just to throw a
So
curveball in
that
there.
only, but it doesn't remove one or the other, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one.
Yeah.
You choose one.
You
1%
choose one.
on every transaction,
1%.
or 10% on capital
1%.
gains. Why?
No, I feel like I've been stitched up.
All right.
I just don't want to linger on this.
For the final question of this segment, would you rather have to choose between using cryptocurrency for all your transactions or never being able to use cryptocurrency again?
Well, option 1, right? Again, I think I would like to see it being used for utility-wise, because I think that's where it has to go, whether we like it or not. I would like to see people using crypto to pay for things rather than just holding as an asset. It's like I don't know. People might think like, oh, if we're talking about Bitcoin, people might ask, okay, does it mean that you want gold being used for payment? Not really. As if people say, oh, it's gold is like, they compare gold and Bitcoin together, like more like an asset rather than Ethereum or shaped to dollars or whatever, right? But I'm not saying that, but what I would like to see is crypto being used in real world rather than just being kept in a hardware wallet or an unhackable software wallet.
So to clarify, your question is either it's all crypto or it's all fiat. They're the choices.
That's right.
Well, then crypto, because I get to control. I actually own my own fund.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
Mine too. Exact as Craig. Same. The crypto.
Control C, Control P. Okay.
No, Control C, Control V, Control P.
I would choose crypto. 1,
Yeah.
I can transact on everything. 2, I can just go into a stable coin if need be.
Mm.
So it's more efficient.
But would there still be stable coins if
Correct.
there was no more fiat?
Yes, that's the one. Like if there's no stable,
If there's no fiat, what is it?
yeah.
Bitcoin's stable.
Wait,
All right.
Through this, so weird.
So yeah, that's a quick fire. That's a really cool. I think that got me thinking. So some of these things, like it makes sense when you mention it, but when you start answering those questions on the spot, get you thinking, right?
Yeah.
About crypto and how that works. So especially the markets, like initially, I think the most I was looking at my NFTs like yesterday, and when you look at like, oh my god, I paid like 0.6 Ethereum for this NFT, but today the flow is around about 0.15, right, for the same thing. And and when you look at the Ethereum to Ethereum, like if it's only one Ethereum, right, you look at it like, oh my god, that market's gone really down. But at that time, Ethereum was, when you look at the dollar value, it's the same kind of dollar values. When you look at the time, I think in the middle there's like highs and lows. But when you look at the a different, like it's like, oh wow. And in real world, like does it work in finance like that? You get a a whole thing just I think property just like can come down like that.
Yeah.
But when you look at
look at oil.
Are you saying that you looked at the price that you purchased?
Yeah, I purchased it for 0.6
0.6
Ethereum, and today is 0.15 Ethereum. Just
But
an
you're
example.
saying that the dollar values
The dollar values are very similar. Very similar, not much. But if you look at in Ethereum, there's a big thing. So for me, I didn't lose anything. But if you look at Ethereum, I would say it will be same with dollars as well. But
Well, that's the same as me with my kid called Beast. I paid 0.5, 0.6, something around there. And now it's back down at 0.45, 0.5, whatever people are putting offers in and the floor price. But it was like $600 at the time for the kid called Beast, whatever months ago. And now it went up, come back down to that level, but that 0.5 is now $1,500. $1,500, so I'm actually still up. And it's like, oh, these people offering me 0.4, I put 0.5 in, but then Ethereum's gone up and that's come down and leveling each other out.
So today I just want to bring up a little bit about NFTs. Right. When I say NFTs, not like NFT projects per se, but NFTs themselves, the types of NFTs. We call NFTs for a wide range of items, right? We got SBTs, like a version of NFTs, right? And then in the NFT itself, we got like, the major two NFTs. But I'm talking about mainly Ethereum here, by the way. We have all the other Solana and we got like ordinals when it comes to Bitcoin and all that as well. But I just want to just talk about Ethereum here because that's like most like widely used. And we got the 721 NFTs and 1155 NFTs as well. Can we talk about what type of, if someone got a project, how would they look at what type of NFTs they use? And like, for example, if we start with 721s, ERC 721 NFTs, right? Why would anyone use that over 1155 against a soul-bound token like a SBT type of NFT? I would like to have that bit of a, so that we can add value to anyone who's thinking, what is blockchain to start with and what is the NFT and why they're different. There'll be a lot of other subsets, but I want to take these three things to, to break it down and give some examples. So this way, if someone has a business, like it's a membership business or it's something out there, then they see like, okay, look, that makes sense to me because, if it's a gaming, ticketing, whether it's charity, whether it's whatever it is, right? What type of examples can we give so people can like, okay, that makes sense. So if you talk about ERC 721, right? What is special about the ERC 721 NFT?
It's unique and non-fungible, hence the NFT. And I guess it's actually a little bit difficult to describe the 721 without bringing the others into it.
Yeah, we can talk about all that intertwined.
As a comparison.
Yes.
But you look at them like the best way to look at it is like an individual piece of art. And I'm not saying that the NFT has to be art.
Yeah.
It could be audio. It could be, any media that you want. But unique, one of one. There's not another.
So it's like you're saying it's like more like a phone number. So that phone number, only one person can have that phone number.
Yeah.
Type of deal.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the use case for that, Charlie?
Well, it would come in handy, say if you had a game, for instance, and you had certain additions for those assets, like a 1 of 100, a 2 of 100, and they were getting taken out of your platform into people's wallets, sold on third-party marketplaces, back into someone else's wallet, and then back into the platform. You would need a ERC 721 to be able to keep that addition number within that system. Because if you're to go into an 1155, I'll backtrack a little bit. So 721, you have a collection, and that's what your NFTs are minted under. You have token ID 1, under a 721, that would be one NFT. Then you've got a token ID 2, which would be the next edition with same piece of artwork, different piece of artwork, a different edition. And the computer systems can differentiate through those with those token IDs. Now, if you used an 1155 in this instant, that token ID 1 could have...
Yeah. Before I go to that one, I want to talk about
I've got some,
like examples.
Yeah, I think some good examples if you have a one of a kind NFT, that's when you can really see adoption in things like, say if the government was to adopt NFTs, things like driver's license, birth certificates, stuff like that, where you wouldn't ever need there to be another replica of, or just show the original, the authentical.
Or if you had, like, say, a holiday home, and nice big holiday home, you can use that NFT to access a smart lock to get in. And your family's nearby and you're on the other side of the world. Oh, sweet! How transfer this? Send me your wallet. Transfer it over, or a system that handles that. Here you go. Here's the wallet. And they can unlock that house and enjoy a holiday.
Sorry,
or hotel, or you name it.
All I heard in my head was, "Hey, Dad, I'm going to need your private keys."
No, you just transfer it over.
Or even a ticket. So if it's every person buys an individual ticket to make sure it doesn't get replicated and scalped and stuff, say to a concert, for example, would you use it the same thing? Everyone gets one single ticket, so there's not, or would that be one?
Well, it can do either way.
It's a good example.
For both.
It really, really is, because if it was assigned seating, then only one person in one seat, so that would be the perfect use for it as well.
Okay.
So if you have an event, and if you have a morning show, so that means for that seat you'll have 3721s with like evening show collection, and then
well, that's right. You would probably do that.
You'll have different collections, and then so that way I know that my token ID 31 is for the seat 31. Like that.
That particular time at that particular event.
At that particular event. So just like you said, it's just like, so it's unique. You can only have one copy of that asset. That's it. So thank you, Greg. I was thinking, like, how come it's just moving slowly? So the next one, if you talk about 1155s, so the 1155, that's another type of NFT, and that's where we can have multiple copies of it, right?
Yes.
So if you want to talk about that one, Charlie, how would you start on that one?
Coming back into a gaming system, say you just had a skin with 10,000 editions, 100 editions, for instance. You don't have that edition number of that rarity aspect in. It's like, hey, this is a skin. First people that buy it, get it. Well, it would be very cost effective in creating any of them and minting any of them to use the 1155, where Token ID 1 can have 10,000 versions, and Token ID...
When you say versions, it's the same copy, right?
The same copy, but multiple times. And Token ID 2, the same thing, multiple times, different skin maybe. And if you're creating music, so a music NFT, you could create 1 million editions with one mint. So you'd mint it once, and then there's 1 million copies, and maybe you would come back in and tie your 721 as your what do they hang on the walls, Craig? The gold, platinum edition, that really rare. There's one gold, one platinum, and you can increase your revenue being a musician in that way.
But it again depends on the use case. So using Charlie's example before of not being able to track something once it's transferred out third-party market through a different person, if you were to walk into the Louvre and take the Mona Lisa, wouldn't matter how many hands it got transferred through, you'd know that like you could authenticate that is the Mona Lisa. However, if you walked down to the gift shop in the Louvre as you exited and grabbed one of the prints of the Mona Lisa, which is one of about 1 million, and then took that and it changed hands 20 times, which numbered print was it? No one knows. They're all identical. There's nothing unique about it.
It's like a poster, right? Like a poster.
Absolutely.
So if you talk about, like you spoke about gaming, is there anything, any other industry that you can see this would work with 1155? It's like, I don't know, I can think of like wine, for example, like tokenizing wine, like, a vintage.
That's because that's something that came from a particular vat and then into individual bottles. So it's essentially the same wine.
Same wine, same vintage. So that can be 1155s.
Yep.
And
Push this. Do
Yes.
people worry about the print numbers of wines?
Really,
If you were to get bottle 1 or bottle 100 of that collection.
I think that's what we could do with NFTs, and I guess you can do the same thing with the wine, but I don't know how that get poured in that order. And is it 1 of 100 is better, or is it 100 of 100 better, because it's coming at the very bottom?
Was it the 10th one to get the wine in it, but then ended up with label 1?
Ended up with the label, yes.
Because it's only on the label. There's nowhere to
It's first on the print shop.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Unless it's a like a boutique winery, and then they pour it by hand and they keep that tracking at. And the beauty of this is like you don't have to change your business to fit into the blockchain. If you are doing that, that is not right. I think you have to have the business to you have to build the business to add value to your end user customers, and then use a blockchain to enhance that process, right? And disintermediate. Never look at like, okay, this is a blockchain. Let me just change my my business so that it works with the blockchain. And I think that's the wrong way to do it. I think it should be like, okay, what is the value add? Why am I doing this? And that's how I think it should work on that. When it comes to implementing blockchain. So the next one is SBTs. So SBTs are being spoken about quite a bit at the moment. I've seen, given that the whole digital ID and how that, so that way, and I think it brings few other complications as well, because once you get that SBT, that's pretty much bound to that, to that wallet, and there has to be somewhat,
So can you just explain, because I'm not across NFTs that much, a soul-bound token is an SBT, and what does that mean?
It can't be transferred.
So it can only ever have one owner.
Yeah.
But is that something like that you would want the drivers, like, then going back to that example before where there's only one of one, wouldn't you want something like that to be an SBT?
Yes.
Like you wouldn't transfer your marriage certificate or your birth certificate or your graduate diploma or your certificate or a license or anything like that.
Things like
So
that.
is that what the use case would that be?
Yes.
Or was it designed for a different type of, like what was the purpose?
The
behind
purpose
this
of that is, like, for example, when it comes to certification.
Yeah.
So for example, now it's for even for ID as well.
Yeah.
The ID part of it. So now I recognize you as Charlie, and I give you this NFT, for example, or you are a VIP member. So I give you this now. You're a lifetime member, and then you transfer it to Maureen, and now Maureen comes in and then use the benefits. But that is nothing to do with Maureen. It's all about Charlie.
Yeah.
So that is certifications, the qualifications, your medical, all that pretty much can be under SBT. Now the question happens. So yes, Charlie, you're going to say something.
Yeah. It's like been hearing a bit about HR and getting proof of people's previous work, and they're not just able to call their mate and say blah 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 blah. SBTs would work perfect for that. If you had a system where you started registering businesses, got together, registered, didn't even know it was NFTs, didn't even touch an NFT, but it sits in that wallet within that system, but it's open to anybody. On the resume, you've worked from here to here. All right, I'm just going to cross-check that on the SBT database of job resumes. Okay, that matches what that resume is saying, like where a business would go, all right, worked from here to here, took on these roles, SBT sent, and that's done.
Question, in that example that you gave, is that wallet your wallet, or is it a wallet that's like a custodial wallet that's managed by?
It would depend on the business, but I would say for a smoothless entry, it would be managed by that body. That if I was designing it for myself, I would design it as they have no wallets, log in with email. It's like a Binance, but it's open where they can reference that ID to pull up that data, so there can be not very good, but a competitor that can reference that, or another business that can reference that.
The reason I asked is because if it was a wallet that was under your control, and let's just assume there was nothing else valuable in it, what stops you from then providing the private key to somebody else so that they then have control of that wallet?
They could. Yeah, you still could
And
do
so
that.
the SBTs are still in there, right?
Yeah.
And it's almost like now, if you're happy to give your marriage certificate to someone to go and apply for a
I
loan,
don't think that's how it works. So I can't go, I'm
Yeah.
just transferring my marriage certificate to you. There you go. Now you're married
because
Yeah.
right, I think
to
no,
us.
right, and I think no, you can provide. You could use that to, that's what the whole identity theft. Identity theft is all about, right?
Yeah.
And that's how they do it. They just break into you, and I'll become now Craig, and I apply for a loan on behalf of
Yeah.
you, and I take the money, and that's what happens. So that happens already in the real world, but when it comes to the SBT, once you tie all that in, I think there'll be a lot more security behind it, so that I can't just take it out from you unless you give me access to it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
Now
saying.
that's the difference.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that means you're giving access to pretty much everything what you own, because I believe it would be rather than having like your driver, like, for example, the Medicare card, for example, or the ID.
That was why I asked who was controlling that wallet, because if it was a different wallet per, I guess, organization, let's just say there was one for the university that had your accreditations, there was one for, the DMV, transport, whatever it is, in your particular state and country that had your license in it,
Yeah.
then there's nothing else in there except for that one piece of identification.
Yeah.
So,
But I have a feeling more like it'll be once you register your public, like a sort of a wallet type of deal, you might have a your ID wallet, and that's the wallet that you can carry with everything. I think that's where it will get landed
Like a birth
into.
certificate. Your wallet becomes
Yeah,
a birth
like-
certificate.
It's pretty much like you will have your own wallet that you'll carry forward. And I think the part that I think I am working on in my head is that what if you lost access to that, like same thing, like and then who would have, so someone needs to have access, like admin, like, so you go to the drive, what the Queensland Queensland Transport, and they got the option to burn that and reissue it, right? Because SBT, all you can't do is pretty much the transfer function is not there. That's what it comes down to. So you have all the other benefits of an NFT, but you can't just transfer it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Yeah. So I don't know whether the creator of that NFT could invalidate it, maybe change the metadata. Okay, that's expired now. That will never be used. And then when you say burning, it's pretty much burn is mean you just transfer it, but you can't transfer it without the transfer function.
Where the government would class that wallet address as invalid,
Yeah.
and then state a new one and just replicate that data back into the new.
I think there's so much around there, and that's the beauty of it. These are like very early, like the recovery. How do you recover? Would you recover that through maybe not just by yourself, but maybe like few parties come together to bring that authorization for that to be approved? Like, oh my God, I lost it, but let me speak to Craig, Charlie, and Maureen to come together. And once they come together into one, my platform, and that opens up. But by individually, you would not know what my password is unless I give you,
that'd be almost like a backdoor entry kind of thing.
That's right. But you have to come together, and that's where you open the key. So cool. All right. On that case, what else? What else have we got this week? Because
You got the memes.
we got a exciting last part to go into.
We do have some rate the memes.
All right.
We do. Double up for today from Charlie. Can never be too prepared.
Yeah. All right.
Do you want to?
We had to make this one.
This for the.
Let's make
for
this
the
one.
morning, good mornings.
How do we?
Yeah.
That one. There we go.
Is it this one? Do you think? Hey. All right.
Someone coughs in China. People retire of dog coins.
Oh my God. All right.
Rated of 1 to 10.
All right.
1 to 10.
1 to 10. I would say that's more like a 4 for me.
4.
2 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
Out of 10.
Okay. Yeah. 2.
1.
1.
Oh my God.
You guys weren't there to live through it.
Oh my God. It's just like that. It just got worse from starting from. Oh,
Just
all right. Bitcoin, economics, finance, philosophy, technology, and memes. All right. I would go with that I would say 7. I like that.
4.
4.
Oh, what? Am I just giving just like.
Yeah, you're always
just
very
too-
gracious. 5. Only because it's 5.
1 each.
Yeah.
All right. So, the stock market, the
Yeah.
economy. So, what does it really mean? The stock market is doing good, the economy is doing bad, or
yeah.
to me it doesn't make sense. So it's a 2.
2.
Yeah. The only reason I gave it a more than 1 is because McGregor. I have a bit of a soft. I got a bit of a soft spot. Yeah.
That could be a reason for me to lower my score. So, what did you give
You
it?
can't go minus. Sorry.
What did you give it? A 1?
No, 2.
A 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go 2.
I'll give it a 4.
Oh my God.
Good choices, Charlie.
All right.
Oh, of course this is in here.
My name is Jason.
course.
Nice to meet you, Jason.
Sure.
Yeah, deny
Guys
it.
want to hear about magic internet money? That's a 9 for me.
9.
Because he has never remembered his name. I like that one. I give that one an 8 or 9. Yeah.
I'm giving it a 9 as well.
All right. Next.
Yes, this is a 10 from me.
Yeah. That's a
I've been there
10.
many times.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big one. It's simple. The message is very simple, and it makes a lot of sense
I don't know
because
if you can see it on the screen properly, but
yeah, I
it
think
says 8 hours of solid sleep per night and is running towards it. And then the second one has got crypto holding him back.
it is it's a very simple message, but it's so true.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Invention is not transitory. All right.
This is a 9 from me.
It's more like a 5.
5.
5 from me. And it's a 9.
Yeah, I love this one because I think
Right.
this is why so many people recently jumped on board.
Have you guys watched Squid Games?
Yes.
I haven't.
That's why.
Have you
that's
not?
why
Have you?
No.
Oh,
I-
what are
that-
you?
that-
Yeah, so this is a us thing.
Okay. So what does it mean?
Younger generation.
Well, it means that governments around the world about a year ago were saying, guys, inflation's just transitory. Don't worry about it. It's just transitory. And all the Bitcoiners are going, like hell it is. Look how much money you're
Yeah.
printing. Like, do you think this is going to end well? And coming along.
Yeah.
We're into the, 2023 now?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not transitory, and we're going to do something and fix it. And now we're
Yep.
going to hike up interest rates like we've never done before in such a short
Yep.
amount of time. And Bitcoin's there to lead a hand
You understand?
because in the TV show Squid Games won't tell you too much because you guys haven't watched it. I suggest watching it.
It's actually a good series.
But it was this was a team game, and nobody wanted to be in the team with the old guy,
Mhm.
poor old guy there. And one of the main characters puts out his hand and does a nice thing and says, "Mate, you come with me."
Yeah. Cool.
And that's Bitcoin.
Oh, that's
What a
Bitcoin.
beautiful
Craig?
story, Charlie.
All right.
It's
Cool.
beautiful.
I'll give your story a 7.
Yeah. That's right. All right. I told you we are
Oh.
going to watch Bitcoin pump to 30K and then you can leave.
Wow, is this too soon for this?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know,
Bitcoin did go to 30K.
it did.
It did.
Yeah, it did. I would give about 6.
6.
Yeah.
5.
I don't
Five.
condone this sort of behaviour, so I'm going with 4.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. When your local currency is failing, but you save
That's a 10 from
in
me.
Bitcoin, yeah, that's a 10.
Yeah, that's
It's
a 10 from me.
Craig?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, ouch. Crypto, going NFT, DAO, web, okay, blockchain.
So Will Smith is the blockchain in this one.
Yeah.
Is he? How do you know?
It's closest to his head.
Oh.
So so what are we saying there? Because it doesn't make sense to me.
Blockchain is more powerful than just crypto,
Coin, NFT,
Is that
DAOs,
what
and
NFT, and DAOs.
okay. Now you mention it, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense, but it makes sense in a sense, but
But
then-
it makes sense in a sense.
in a sense, but Will got bad rap. So
Yeah.
does it mean that blockchain gonna get bad rap because it just
my wife's name out of your...
yeah? So I don't know. I didn't make sense to me. I'm like maybe a 4.
Who chose
Four.
these? You did. Just
Great.
future,
Five.
future moment.
5,
I'm giving this a 2.
2.
Yeah.
All right.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crypto, bro. I love this one.
Me too.
Yeah, I love this one. I definitely think it's a 10.
Xanax, Red Bull,
This is a 9
Yeah.
from me.
Yeah.
9.
No.
Push and talk.
All right. Oh my
What the
God,
hell?
what is this?
What?
Ah, okay.
All
right.
I thought you would get.
Yeah. I would give maybe 8.
What on earth is that
What
thing?
are we looking at? here,
Yeah,
Charles?
I'm like,
So this was an NFT worth $20,000, but people in
Yeah.
crypto are willing to hand their money over $20,000.
What does it
And
do?
the top is the $8 verification.
Verification.
badge that everyone was complaining about
Oh, what
at
is-
the time.
does that have any utility?
No.
No.
What?
I'm not sure how he runs.
Oh,
So, I mean that says a lot.
can we go
Yeah.
make some NFTs afterwards?
All right. When my friends ask me how my crypto portfolio is doing, yeah, I like this one. I would give it 8.
Yeah, 7, yeah.
Maureen.
8.
So, what is the purpose? What are we seeing here? It's like even though you're at a headlock, like pretty much you're suffering, but it's all
it looks
going
like
like
we're
I'm
in a
good.
bad situation, but should
Yeah.
be right.
Should be all right.
Absolutely.
All right. So, off button, credible decentralization.
CZ.
CZ.
So that's when the B&B got
Yep.
hacked, and he's like, do I turn the chain off or do I introduce some credible decentralization?
I would give about 6 on that one.
6.
6.
I already knew.
So when Bitcoin crash and burns, but you are used to it.
Yeah.
This is a 10 from me.
Yeah,
I love this.
that's good. 10. All right, how many have you got?
Yeah.
I think that'll be enough. We can save
Yeah.
some for another day.
I
and
think so.
some-
Yeah.
And some good mornings in
Yep.
our Teams group.
Mhm.
So
100%.
coming.
Yeah. So
And now I can read the memes.
yeah, you can read the memes now. So one of the things I would like to talk about next is the blockchain landscape, right? You can see there's hardly when you look at getting the number of projects being developed, right, versus the shilling what goes on online, very different, right? I think at the moment, this is what my take at the moment is on the market. It's like lot less shilling but a lot more building, and I feel like there's a lot more interesting conversations are happening in the current market, in the conditions, right? So a lot of people are really building things, people are learning new skills, and people are really coming out and asking for help with their projects, with their ideas, and I'm seeing a lot more what we call a shared way of learning
Yep.
in the Web3 space, right? Where a year ago, it was all about trying to sell your NFTs, right? And I feel now, even though it's a bear market, I feel it's a little bit more healthy, and there's a lot more growth and innovation. What's your take on that?
Yeah. Sorry, Craig.
No, go ahead, Charlie.
Please.
Yeah. So I've seen this a couple cycles come and go, and this happens. You hear stuff on the news, everyone crowds in. You can make a website with a contract and go out there and put it and build a pretty big community at that time. Some good communities come along, but there's everyone out there from scammers are 24/7 trying to get as much money out of people as possible for the wrong projects. Some good projects are getting more attention because they've been building in previous bear markets. But I personally love this time of the market because there's not all these marketing and all these VCs and you name it, like 1,000 new projects coming out a day, 100 new projects listed on Coin Market Cap, where it's like, oh, I'm knifing through this to find decent projects. At least at this point in time, it's manageable. Me and myself can siphon through projects and go, okay, this one interests me. There's something there that I personally like, and the other reasons, multiple reasons, and then that's where I can go markets down. You guys know I love to catch the falling knives. So I'm like, yep, all right, I'm in. And then also new projects coming out. There's not 9,990 other ones released on the same day trying to outmarket a decent project with not offering too much except for just delivering, putting all their money into marketing, where I can actually look into that project and, all right, what is this? What are they trying to achieve? All right, they've already got the tick of approval because they're building in this market where the rallies aren't coming except for maybe over the last month. It has a good run over the month, and you see, Pepe's coming out.
Also things coming out, right? And you can just see a little bit of a change in the market conditions, and boom, it just comes out, right?
Twitter bots pop back up, trying to feed you into phishing leaks, and So I love the bear market. Sorry.
Sorry. I was just going to say, it's like the saying goes, when you're doing well and you're up, everyone knows who you are, but when you're down, you know who your friends are. I feel like that applies in crypto and projects as well, because every time there's a bear market and it goes through this cycle, it just gets rid of the trash as well. Not trash, but, the serious players, if they're in there for the right reasons, they're still working on their projects. They're still, doing the trial and error, seeing what's working, going out, building their projects,
Yeah, and I think it's like one of those things where they're not even looking to build to make money. They're just building in blockchain for decentralization, make the world a better place, passion. Like, all right, what can we do with this? How can we mold this and put this together? And smart minds out there, there. And as a very famous person says, Warren Buffett, be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful.
True. I mean, I guess I just wanted to point out that when you talk projects, because a lot of what's not around at the moment is as many NFT projects that all have varying
PFPs.
I guess, well, essentially, but they're NFT, but they will have a different use case, or it's a charity project, or it's a something else project. Just like blockchain isn't crypto, not all projects are NFT based. There's a vast variety of stuff out there that's going on. There's a whole heap of projects that are on blockchain specifically that have nothing to do with NFTs, ERC20s, anything of that nature. So it's just good to be mindful that when referring to projects, it's not just one type of project.
And also with all the new technology being built as well with different chains, and I think people are really using this time. When I say people, like creators and the builders, are really using this time to focus on creating new innovative things, and even you can fail now without being screamed at, right? Because the noise is less pressure, and people can really bring great value into the Web3 space. So, and I thought maybe that, as a builder, it's a positive thing. And I think it's also as a retailer who's looking to get on project, it's good as well, because now, like as you said, Charlie, it's a lot easier to work out, to follow some of the projects. Looking back, like, oh my God, like, in my Discord, I got about, I think, 50 something projects that I'm part of, and I can only say like maybe 3 of them I really follow.
Yeah.
The rest is there but not there. So yeah.
Are they still active?
Oh, they're active. They're active. A couple of them are not, and I just go through, and if they're not active, I remove them. But I got close about 50. And I like to just join and see what happens in those channels, because you can see each project is different from each one. It's not just like, oh, say the same. I see the same people in some of the Discord channels, but the culture is different.
Yeah.
So they act differently in different Discord channels, and it's good because it says like their culture, there are different cultures, and you can always adapt, and you can be part of the cultures that you're happy to be part of, and then leave the other ones out. So one thing go ahead,
I was
Chuck.
about to say, it's you better friend them on the Discord, because they may be like soul friends, soul mates, soul friends. You've got your soulmate, you are married, but you know what I mean. Like, you seem to have a lot of common interests. It's like now.
I know, right? And I think all I'm saying in this Discord channels, like the communities are being a lot more supportive towards a majority of the community being more supportive towards the builders, because now they know it's not about pumping the flow anymore, because you can't move that needle just by screaming at someone or just bring someone down. So even though things are looking a bit bleak out there, I'm still very, very pumped about how things are happening, and seeing what people are building out there. So
yeah, and I think a lot of as you have a bull run, as I've said, Cosy, before on a few spaces we've been on, you pull a whole heap of people in. Like, say, one bull run, you go up to 100 people, 80 of them leave, you're left with 20. The next bull run, you get another 100 people, 80 of them leave, and now you've doubled your number of like true core people that are just here for the memes culture and disruptive technology.
Yeah. 100%.
And that's including businesses over the last bull run, where now blockchain, crypto, NFTs, businesses have jumped in and they've got members of their team like, all right, digress, understand what this is, learn. Oh, we could actually use this for this other task over here, actually, now that I've got it in and learned about it and know these other models, done the applied blockchain course, or you know what I mean? Yeah. So you just grow that hardcore membership.
I think it's important to remember that if blockchain can help your business or processes, it's going to help your business or processes. It has nothing to do with where the crypto market is. Bull market, bear market, makes absolutely no difference at all. Yeah. If blockchain is going to assist you, it's going to assist you because it's not associated in any way with the price of any token.
Yeah, and I think also
interesting. That's so true.
Yeah, that's it. And I also see another marketers on a few YouTube channels I've watched that are getting into blockchain from different companies be blown away by this dynamic of marketing and building communities with it. And they're like, all right, we have to tap into there, but it's hard. But once you get it, you get it. And you've got that community backing, which is a self-marketing ecosystem, and you're rewarding them too for being part of that.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you, team. Thank you for that great insight. And we had a few today. The podcast is a little bit different, and we want to sort of ask you, our viewers, if there's anything that you want to hear from us, please let us know, and we are more than happy to integrate all that. I think the reason why we went this way a little bit, because we received a few messages from our community saying, why don't you try to do this and why try that? And then we are all about listening, hearing to our community, and we want to bring value to, even though if you bring value to even one person, right? And that's great because that person will go and bring few more people, and that's how you're going to bring a community. Even at a 1% at a time, and numbers are good, but I think it's all about adding value. If you're not adding value, then you're not really changing the world, I'd say. So
I agree.
Yeah, effectively. So on that note, guys, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week, same time, same place.
Subscribe.